let us pick up. Let us pick up our books and our pens. They are our most powerful weapons. One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world.
Should our bodies define us? What makes us who we are? The answer to these questions will define the generations to come. We want to tell a story, not because it's unique, because it's not. It's a story of many girls. This is a side to a complicated reality. Malala's. Her challenges, her prison, her victories, her voice, and her rights. One question that we all end up asking, how do leaders end up writing all these stories? Or is it the stories that define these leaders? If we look around us and see stories of the places we've been, or the places we wish to be, the heroes we admire, our fears and our victories, we are all a part of a greater story. And a great story is not only written by one person, but an entire generation. Malala brings to us one of the most powerful stories that has defined our generation.
Malala Yousafzai was born on July 12, 1997 in Swat Valley, Pakistan. Her father was an educator, so she grew up sharing his love for education. In 2007, the Taliban militants took over Swat Valley and banned several things, including the owning of televisions and listening to music. Those who dared to defy their orders were executed. And in 2008, they banned girls from going to school. Malala began documenting her life under the Taliban for BBC News using a pen name, talking about the life under the Taliban and how difficult it is for girls not to be in school. Eventually, the Pakistan military was able to subdue the Taliban's presence in Pakistan, and Malala continued to fight for girls' education. She was able to go back to school, and she even ended up winning the first National Youth Peace Prize in Pakistan. With her growing prominence in the world, the Taliban felt threatened and began to watch over Malala. And on October 9, 2012, she was shot in a school bus in the head, shoulder, and neck. Two of her friends were also affected by this attack, but she recovered. Malala did not give up and continued to fight for the equality of women and girls' education all over the world. On her 16th birthday, she spoke at the UN conference and challenged all world leaders to take into consideration the importance of girls' education in the world. And that day has been declared Malala Day. In 2013, she set up the Malala Fund to provide 12 years of education, free, safe, and quality education. And in 2014, she was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize.
Malala has motivated the world by her way to live. She's a transformational leader. Her body could have easily given up after receiving a bullet to her brain, but she fought on. Her fearlessness. She knew the potential consequences of fighting for women's rights in a culture where women are submissive to men. What of her achievements? She has achieved the greatest accomplishment of all times by earning the Nobel Peace Prize at the age of 17. Her activism prompted the Pakistani government and other world leaders to provide support in subduing the Taliban militants. Her charisma. Malala serves as a role model not only for young girls around the world, but also for adults with her story and her conduct. She has been able to give people a shared vision regarding girls' education. She's an inspirational motivator. She's courageous in the quest for equality in the educational sector. She set up the Malala Fund organization to ensure 12 years of free, safe, and quality education. She opened a secondary school for Syrian refugee girls in Lebanon. She travels around the world to listen to other girls' stories and has challenged world leaders to address these issues. For example, she traveled to Nigeria in 2008 and challenged the president about the Boko Haram terrorist group kidnapping of the 200 girls. Malala is a servant leader because she clearly understands the need for education, because that right was once taken from her. She can understand what other girls from other parts of the world are going through. She understands what it means to be displaced from home and to feel threatened. She has healed others emotionally. She's supportive and sensitive to the plight of other girls. She shows this by her actions, by her words, by putting herself in other people's shoes. She went to Nigeria once, and she felt for the girls that were kidnapped. And she took these issues to world leaders. As she made her cause known, she puts her followers first. She got shot because of her fight for the equality of women and girl child education. She helps followers to grow and to succeed. Malala Fund ensures every girl can learn. She has motivated several girls to stand up for their rights in several parts of the world, such as Nigeria, India, Lebanon, Jordan, and Pakistan. She's creating value for the community. Like we all know, education is an investment in economic growth, a healthier workforce, lasting peace, and future of our planet. Like Malala said, I don't want to be thought of as the girl who was shot by the Taliban, but the girl who fought for education. This is the cause to which I want to devote my life.
Malala Yousafzai is a global symbol of every girl's right to an education. On November 10th, citizens from across the globe are speaking out for Malala and on behalf of the 61 million children still not in school. My special envoy for global education, Mr. Gordon Brown, will deliver a petition in support of Malala and the universal right to education. I am adding my voice to the messages from over 1 million people across the globe. Education is a fundamental human right. It is a pathway to development, tolerance, and global citizenship. Join us in our campaign to put education first for Malala and girls and boys throughout the world.
As we've clearly heard, Malala has been able to mobilize a great movement that positively affects generations now and even generations in the future. When the greats are mentioned, it's going to be Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, and Malala Yousafzai. People have said, she's too young. This activism is a PR stunt. How can she combine social life, education, and activism? Well, we believe this is just the beginning of so many great accomplishments of this young woman. In Malala's own voice, she says, when the world is silent, even one voice becomes powerful.